Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the Eagles. We are getting ready to take on another Eagles team who is on its way here from Fort Lauderdale, the University of Fort Lauderdale Eagles, for some exciting NCCAA women's softball here on the TBC Eagles softball complex. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and you're watching us live on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. We do understand there's some buffering problems. We're going to keep trying to work on that. Hopefully, be able to get that all sorted out. There you see Coach Ray Regulacion of the TBC Eagles speaking with the umpires, and Fort Lauderdale's head coach, Mr. Billy Glessner, who is assisted by Caitlin Klinewski. Fort Lauderdale comes into today's play with a record of 6 wins and 18 losses. They have yet to play a South Region Conference game, and Trinity Baptist is 2-15, both of their wins within the South Region over Payne College. And Coach Regulacion is also assisted by Mr. Scott Olson. We'll go ahead and give you the batting order for the University of Fort Lauderdale. Leading things off, the designated player will be Alyssa Dragovich. Batting second and doing the catching will be Hannah Hogan. Batting third, playing shortstop, Katie Adkins. The cleanup hitter is a left fielder, Annalisa Mercer. Batting fifth and playing third base, Sarah Messina. Batting sixth in right field is Cheyenne Holman. The bottom third of the batting order, in the 7th spot, first baseman Emily Bryan. Doing the pitching will be Lily Piper. And rounding out the batting order, playing center field, will be Cheyenne Southers. The flex player playing second base but not in the batting order will be Nellinette Fernandez. And they'll face Piper Young of the Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Morgan Wells will lead things off for Trinity Baptist. She'll be catching game number 1. Ashley Shaw was injured in Tuesday's doubleheader at Bruton Parker College. She'll be unavailable tonight and most likely Saturday as well against Oakland City. Batting second for Trinity Baptist will be Taylor Foster. She's also playing second. Piper Young, the pitcher, will bat third. The middle third of the batting order at third base, Cheyenne Simmons. The designated player, Ohana Brown, hits fifth, and Madison Hamilton is in right, batting sixth. Batting seventh, playing center field, Kylie Duhigg. Batting eighth in left field is Jordan Hartung, and rounding out the batting order in the number 9 hole is Ebony Medina. The flex player not in the batting order, playing first base, will be Allie Thrash, and they will face pitcher Lily Piper. And we'll tell you about Lily Piper when she faces Trinity Baptist in the bottom half of the first inning. Well, the players have introduced themselves to each other. The coaches have had their conference, and in just a moment we will pause for the national anthem. Tomorrow night, Trinity Baptist College Eagles baseball starts a 3-game series with a doubleheader against the Conquistadors from Florida 5 p.m. Saturday, Trinity Baptist softball takes on Oakland City University all the way from Oakland City, Ohio. We will not be live streaming those softball games on Saturday because of the baseball games against Florida National University. And it looks like we are also be introduced. It's an absolutely beautiful Thursday evening here on Trinity Baptist defense is now out there on the field. We were just given a lineup change. She will take on Lily Piper, who is 3-9. The designated player, Alyssa Dragovich. Ready to teams so far. 20 right. We're going to keep working on that. And Young's first pitch, mobile hotspot that's not really made for live streaming sports. Here's a 1-0. And Lauderdale. The 2-0, a looper into right, and once again, just like happened all afternoon at Bruton Parker on Tuesday, a little blooper falls in for a base hit. And Dragovich is aboard with a leadoff single. Dragovich came in hitting .238. Squares around a bunt. A fastball is upstairs for ball one. Dragovich side corner, and the count is even at 1-1. Dragovich got back in plenty of time. Young winds and delivers, and a bunt is popped up. Wells couldn't quite get there in time, but the ball hit high off the net. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm Ray Bureau, and thanks for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dragovich on first, a bloop single into right. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hannah Hogan. Piper Adkins. And the Fort Lauderdale shortstop is hitting .232 on the season. 8. Pitch misses up and away for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Young ready. Here's the 1-0. And a strike and another. Young working quickly. Runner was on the move this time, and the ball's fouled up out of play into the Fort Lauderdale bullpen for strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Dragovich was taking off that time. She is 6th as the pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that good rip. Adkins may have chased one above the zone, put a good swing on it, and fouled it straight back. So 2 balls does not count, and the count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On her way to third with an RBI triple. Fort Lauderdale gets 2 hits, sandwiched around a strikeout, and leads 1-0. Dragovich never hesitated. She came all the way around after her single to lead off the frame. And with 1 out and a runner at third, left fielder Annalisa Mercer. Adkins, her 9th run batted in this season. And for Dragovich, her 12th run scored. A ball and a strike. Young ready and a pitch. Bunt shown. And Mercer couldn't pull back in time. That is strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. The catch. She has a good arm. Adkins bluffs but holds up right there, and that's out number 2. So a pop up to left. She's also scored 13 times. And the pitch. This one is in the dirt. Whereas Fort Lauderdale has already played 24 games. Being down there in South Florida, not worried one bit. Would have been a very difficult task to get Messina, so that will be an infield single and a run batted in. Messina very likely would have beaten the throw. It was a soft swing and a miss. The throw down in time. Morgan Wells cuts down. Leads 2-0. And we'll take this opportunity to review the batting order for Trinity Baptist. The catcher, Morgan Wells, third base. Ohana Brown will bat fifth. She's a designated player. Madison Hamilton pitching for the University of Fort Lauderdale. Piper is 3 innings, allowing 81 hits, 44 runs, but only 29 of those earned. Piper has walked the bloop single into right. 1 out later, scored on an RBI triple from Katie Adkins. TBC has hit the ball 2-15 on the season. In 17 games, TBC has struck out only 61 times. That's just a little more than 4 per game, and that's very good. She's hitting .250, couple of 1-1. Lily Piper, a fresh throw to first, is not in time. That's an infield single for Morgan Wells, a diving attempt. TBC, runner at first, nobody out. Second baseman Taylor Foster steps in. And 2 runs driven in. She's on the move this time. The bunt is down. The throw will go to first. Very close play, but in time. So that goes a sacrifice bunt. 1-4 on the putout. Fernandez did her job and covered second. Brings up Piper Young, the pitcher. Young is hitting .222. Down in front of the ball, kept it in front, kept Wells at second. And Young was way over the top of that one, and it's 1-1. TBC continues to hit hard shots right at defenders. So 2 outs. Cheyenne Simmons, a third baseman, at the plate. Wells led off with an infield single, went to second on 38, 1 homer, 2 runs driven in. She's also walked once. Simmons is 5 for 21 on the season, just back recently from injury. Here's the 1-0, and a pitch to score. That's a stolen base for Morgan Wells. That is her third of the season in 4. 2 balls and a strike. Piper delivers. There's a chopper. It's going to be a close play at first. The throw is not in time. Ball gets away. That's a base hit and a run batted in for Simmons as Morgan Wells scores. So a manufactured run, an infield single, a sacrifice bunt, a stolen base, and an RBI infield single for Cheyenne Simmons, her 3rd RBI of the season. Eagles cut that deficit in half. Have to remember they're also playing a team called the Eagles. And the DP, Ohana Brown, steps in. Brown is hitting .333. No homers, 4 runs driven in. And the pitch. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 1 run is in, a runner at first, 2 outs. Good hustle by Simmons. And the pitch, and Brown will take strike. A ball and a strike. Piper ready, and the 1-1. And that one just misses the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. This areas, some of the players have to shade their eyes. There's a ground ball. That one's going to be fielded. A race to the bag. Not in time. Simmons recognizes a chance to take third. Great hustle by Brown. That'll be an infield single. Credit Simmons. She goes first to third on the play. And TBC has a potential tying run at third with Madison Hamilton coming to the plate. That's a third base hit for TBC. 1 run is in, and a conference on the mound. Well, the one hard line drive was caught, but some small ball has gotten Trinity a run and a chance to make it 2 as Hamilton is waiting to take her hacks. Hamilton is hitting .238 on the season. She has driven 8 runs. She is 10 for 42 and also scored twice. Always good to see Coach Jones in attendance, checking out the softball team out there on the field. And looks like we are ready to resume play. Hamilton has a home run. She also has a double. 2 on, 2 out. Let's see if Brown takes off. She does. And the throw will be cut off on the ground. Simmons unable to come across. It was a low throw, tough to read. A stolen base for Ohana Brown. And, of course, by the time the ball hit the ground, Simmons really had nowhere to go. She made the wise decision staying put. But now a chance for Hamilton to drive in a pair and give TBC the lead. A check swing, and she went around, and the count is evened up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The only TBC ball game in action tonight. Baseball team tomorrow night, both teams on Saturday. Good eye by Hamilton. She has already noticed from the dugout and the on-deck circle, those change-ups like to dip down. She recognized it and took it for ball 2. Fort Lauderdale got 2 in the top of the first. Trinity so far 1, looking for more. The 2-1 to Hamilton, and she takes it up and away. Count even at 2-2. Again, Eagles less than 4 strikeouts per game. They're really making good contact, but so often they just can't catch a break. That's Hamilton drawing ball 4, the first walk allowed by Lily Piper. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. Cheyenne Simmons, infield single. She's at third. Her base hit brought in a run. Ohana Brown, also an infield single. She stole second, and now Hamilton is aboard. Kylie Duhigg at the plate. And a good swing at the first pitch, and she fouls it off. Duhigg is hitting 146. She has driven in 4 runs. 3 of her 6 hits have been for extra bases. No balls and a strike. Piper delivers. And caught that inner half of the plate for strike 2, and Duhigg is in a hole. Trinity Baptist really threatening. They have scored 1. The bases are loaded, but there are 2 out. Here's the 0-2. And a good eye at the plate. That pitch outside. She's ahead in the count 1-2. And she delivers. And Duhigg able to make contact to stay alive. Crowd still coming in on a beautiful Thursday night here on the west side of Jacksonville. We're in the mid-70s, probably drop down to the mid-60s before we're done. No wind whatsoever and bright blue skies overhead. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Piper delivers and misses upstairs. It's 2-2. She wants to get this one in the zone and force something to happen. Going 3-2 would give the runners, especially at second and first, a little bit of a head start. Remember, they must make contact with the bag till the ball's out of the pitcher's hand. The 2-2, line drive, but pulled foul. That might have cleared the bases. It would have certainly scored 2, but it took a left turn. Duhigg got a really good swing at Piper. TBC has 3 infield singles. The 1 ball hit hard was caught. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Piper delivers and misses upstairs, and the count is full. So expect Brown and Hamilton to be off with the pitch. Once that ball's out of Piper's hand, they can break contact and take off. Simmons at third. Ball 4, and we're tied 2-2. Kylie Duhigg gets an RBI with the bases loaded walk. So some hustle on some infield ground balls have led to 2 runs. Simmons scores. Brown advances to third. Hamilton to second. 2 runs are in. The bases are still loaded. Ebony Medina waiting to take her hacks. And Medina steps in. She is 5 out of 19 on the season. 3 runs driven in, actually more than that. I believe she has 5, if I'm reading that correctly. A chance to make it more. There's a TBC Eagle on every base. Lily Piper ready. Here's the first pitch to Medina. And Medina takes that one for a strike. Good take after the walk. Allie Thrash waits on deck. Should she reach, that would mean the Eagles will have batted around and scored at least one more run. Center and right fielders having to shade their eyes. Here's the 0-1. This one is high, and the count is even at 1-1. Hamilton dancing around off second base, maybe trying to draw a throw. Nelinette Fernandez creeping in behind after each pitch. A ball and a strike to Medina. A chopper. That is a fair ball, and it is snared. And a tag of the base made by Sarah Messina. Good backhanded play to end the inning. TBC, though, gets 2 runs on 3 hits and a bases loaded walk, and after 1, we are tied 2-2. Piper Young gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning, but her offense came back to tie it up. So as we start the second, it's 2-2. Cheyenne Holman will lead things off for Fort Lauderdale, followed by Emily Bryan and Lily Piper. Cheyenne Southers would be 4th if anybody gets on. Their first pitch lifted into left. Jordan Hartung had her played perfectly. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the way you want to do it if you're Piper Young. 1 pitch, 1 out. That brings up Emily Bryan. And a first pitch. Good fastball, but a little bit inside. Bryan hitting .207 on the season. No homers, 3 RBIs. Holman came in at .254 with 3 RBIs. 1 ball, no strike. Emily Bryan, the first baseman, hits this one hard right at Medina. She fields it cleanly, a little low throw, but Thrash goes down and gets it, and there are 2 outs on 3 pitches. So the 2 outs and the bases are empty, and Lily Piper at the plate. We've told you what she's done in the circle. Swinging a bat, she's 1 for 6. I'm going to check that again. 6 for 36. 167 with 8 runs driven in. She takes the first pitch for ball 1. Young wanted that call but did not get it. And she's back on the rubber. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. And that fastball caught the inside corner. Piper Young held Bruton Parker to 2 runs on 4 hits. Unfortunately, 2 of those hits were back-to-back doubles that led to those runs on Tuesday. And a high pop-up near the dugout. Wells gives it a look, but it hits off the net and drops safely. Well, once a ball hits the net, it doesn't matter if the ball's caught or not. That's a foul ball, but it's 1-2. Lana Fletcher also pitched a complete game in Game 1 on Tuesday. Some defensive miscues helped Bruton Parker to the win, but Lana did a really good job herself. Allowed just 6 hits. Swing and a miss at a fastball at the top of the zone. First strikeout for Piper Young. Make that second. A 1-2-3 top of the second. TBC comes to bat in the bottom half in a 2-2 tie. All right, it looks like the video is a little bit better. Hopefully it'll stay that way as Trinity Baptist comes to bat in the bottom of the second of a 2-2 tie. Both teams got 2 runs in the first inning. Both leadoff hitters reached and scored. And leading off the bottom of the second will be first baseman Allie Thrash, the number 9 hitter, and then Morgan Wells and Taylor Foster. And if anyone gets on, Young and Simmons. Allie Thrash playing first base. Originally listed as the flex player, but right before game time, Coach Regulacion made a change. Allie Thrash now a chance to swing the bat. She is 1 for 11, but she's drawn 3 walks. Looking for her first RBI. Lily Piper allowed 2 earned runs on 3 hits in the first. Also walked in a run with the bases loaded, and the first pitch misses outside. Young 25 walks in 71 innings pitched. That's not a bad total at all coming into tonight's play. Swing and a miss, evens a count at 1-1. Thank you to Mr. Eli Sorta, the Sports Information Director of the University of Fort Lauderdale, for making the numbers for his team available to us on UFTLathletics.com. There's a chop. Bobbled momentarily, but then picked up, and a good throw by Sarah Messina to get the out. So 1 out, base is empty for the catcher Morgan Wells. Off the bat, the ball that Thrash just hit looked like it was going to head towards left field. She got it off the end. Might have fooled Messina, but good job by the third baseman to stay with it, and Messina made a really good throw. And that first pitch to Morgan Wells misses up and away. Wells started the 2-run rally with an infield single in the first. Ended up stealing third base and then scoring a run on the infield hit from Simmons. 1 ball, no strikes. Piper misses outside for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Wells digs in. And Piper delivers, and that one might have slipped out of her hand a little bit. Her body motion looked like she was trying to get the ball more inside, but may have held on to it a little too long, and then the ball slipped. 1 out, base is empty. Count of 3 balls, no strikes to Wells, a good patient hitter. And a pitch. Wells thought it was high, took that complimentary first step, and picks up the bat, laughs that one off, and steps back in with a count of 3-1. Wells has walked twice, but that's because she likes to hit. High pop up on the infield. Adkins will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. Taylor Foster at the plate. Well, Piper Young for TBC, after giving up 2 in the first, had a 1-2-3 second, and now Lily Piper for Fort Lauderdale trying to do the same thing. She'll have to get Taylor Foster, who has no official at-bat, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first that led to the first run. There's a looper. That one's going to be off the glove and into right field. That's a base hit. That was a tough play for Fernandez. She left her feet, almost pulled that one down, but Taylor Foster is on base with a single. That's a ball that the TBC Eagles have had caught on them all throughout the season. And now a chance for Piper Young. Came in at 222, lined hard to the shortstop her first time up. First pitch, Foster's on the move. The throw is not in time. Foster got a really good jump. That's a stolen base. And for Taylor Foster, she's now 4 for 5 on the season, stealing bases. RBI opportunity to put TBC ahead for the first time. Young got a good swing her first time up just to have it caught. That's a line drive into right. That's on the ground. Foster will stop at third as that one short-hopped Cheyenne Holman, who stayed with it. Holman had to look into the sun. That might have cost her a chance to make the catch. Piper Young, 2 very good at-bats. 1 line drive caught, 1 for a base hit. Runners are at the corners. There are 2 outs. Simmons got an RBI infield single her first time up. And the pitch. It's a strike. Runner's going to throw. Is cut off. And then Foster able to get back in time. Fernandez made the catch through to third, and Foster just did beat that tag. Young steals second base. That's her second steal of the season. Pitch was called a ball, so Simmons ahead in the count. She has a lot of room in the left center field gap. 1 ball, no strikes, and this one misses outside for ball 2. Hardly any wind at all. Old Glory was straight down since we started, now just very gently flowing side to side. 1 ball, 1 strike to Simmons, and a pitch, high pop foul, and a good swing by Simmons, but she was out in front of that one, and now behind in the count, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Base hit would score at least 1. Here's the 1-2. Foul out of play. Count remains 1-2. Taylor Foster at third, Piper Young at second. Both hit their way aboard. And now Simmons trying to bring him in. One ball, 2 strikes, and a pitch misses way outside. Hogan had to come up out of her crouch to make sure that ball didn't get by and give Foster a chance to score. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good eye at the plate by Simmons. That one outside. Ball 3. First base is open. A walk would not be the worst thing. And Ohana Brown is looking for a chance on deck. Again, Simmons, a whole lot of room in the left center field gap. Here's a payoff pitch. High pop-up. That one will stay in play, and the catch is made, and that ends the inning. TBC threatens, got 2 on, but do not score. After 2, it's a 2-2 tie. We go to the top of the third. We're tied 2-2, and 9, 1 and 2 are due up for Fort Lauderdale. Cheyenne Southers, Alyssa Dragovich, and Hannah Hogan are the scheduled hitters. Our first look at center fielder Cheyenne Southers. Hitting an even 200. And the first pitch is up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Cheyenne Southers, a freshman from Hollywood, Florida. Squares around a bunt. It's a good one. She's going to beat this without a throw. Southers caught everybody off guard, and she is aboard with a leadoff single. I say everybody, I'm including myself. That was a fantastic bunt. So, leadoff hitter aboard, Alyssa Dragovich at the plate. She is 1 for 1 with a run scored. And the first pitch, high fly ball, well hit towards center. This one's got a chance. It is gone. Dragovich with her second home run, RBIs 14 and 15, and run number 13, and Fort Lauderdale leads 4-2. Straight away center field, a 2-run homer. Of course, Southers scores ahead of her after dropping down that terrific bunt. And Fort Lauderdale has regained its 2-run lead. Alyssa Dragovich, a sophomore from Lake Worth, Florida, and a transfer from Lake Sumter State College. An opponent, Trinity Baptist, will play very soon. In fact, March 23rd, a doubleheader at Lake Sumter. That one slipped out of Young's hands in the dirt for ball 1. Hannah Hogan, the catcher, went down on strikes her first time up. No wind to either help or hinder that blast from Dragovich. 1 ball, no strikes. And Young delivers. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. Bunt shown, drop down, Young will field, throw to first in time. Taylor Foster covering. So 1 out. Hogan appeared to maybe have gotten the ball off her hand as well. She hesitated coming out of the box. She appeared to look at her hand. That might have cost her the base hit. And she's giving, I think, her right hand a little bit of attention over in the dugout. Let's hope she's all right. Meanwhile, the first pitch to Katie Adkins is upstairs for ball 1. Adkins had the RBI triple in the first and ended up scoring the second run. Young delivers, and another one slips out of her hands. 2 balls, no strikes. That triple is the first of the season for Katie Adkins and the 5th for Fort Lauderdale. Adkins is now the 5th Fort Lauderdale Eagle to have a 3-bagger. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one misses up high, and it's 3-0. Fort Lauderdale started the season with a doubleheader win over the University of the Bahamas, 11-0 and 22-3. What a rip-roaring start they had. The 3-0, and a strike right down the middle. Trinity Baptist started its season with a doubleheader sweep over Payne College. They played a few close games, have come up short. 3 balls and a strike. And that one hits the batter, and Adkins is aboard. So a runner at first with one out. The heart of the batting order is coming up. Adkins is aboard. Cleanup hitter, left fielder Annalisa Mercer popped up to left her first time up. Ball caught right behind the infield dirt. Conference on the mound, Coach Regulacion just making sure everything is in order. Adkins at first. And in case you're wondering about a possible stolen base, she is 1 for 4 in steal attempts. One out with the runner at first, and we're ready to resume. Mercer came in hitting .241 with 3 runs driven in. Piper Young ready, and the pitch. High pop up right behind the infield. Medina will call everyone else off and make the catch. Couple of pop-ups for Annalisa Mercer, and there are 2 away. Sarah Messina, the third baseman, had an RBI single in the first. She was erased trying to steal second. And the first pitch started to flinch, held up in time for ball 1. Messina's made a couple of nice plays defensively at third base for Fort Lauderdale, keeping Trinity off the board. And ball 2 is also a little high. Young's throwing hard, but those first 2 were up above the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Young winds and delivers. And a chopper foul. And this time, Coach Glessner has a little trouble holding on. 2-1. 2 outs with the runner at first. Cheyenne Holman hoping to get a chance with some runners on base. She's on deck. Fort Lauderdale leads 4-2 in the third, and the pitch. High pop-up. That'll get out of play. Got some youngsters back there in the trees who will track that one down. Actually, that ball rolled all the way back to the bleachers. Ryan Onks, the best play you've made all season. TBC starting catcher Ryan Onks, and the 2-2. There's a hot shot in the left field. That's a base hit. Hartung thought about coming up and throwing to second. And Fort Lauderdale has 2 on with 2 out. Messina now 2 for 2 with an RBI. Adkins stops at second. Holman at the plate. She flew out to left to start the second inning. And the first pitch. There's a high pop-up, and that one will reach the bleachers. No balls and a strike. In the bottom of the third, Trinity Baptist will have Brown, Hamilton, and Duhigg due up 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. TBC has 5 hits. Unable to get those runs home in the bottom of the second. And a strike called makes the count 0-2. Five hits also for Fort Lauderdale, but they've scored 4 runs. 0-2, swing and a miss. That retires the side. However, a 2-run homer from Alyssa Dragovich after a leadoff bunt single. So 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Fort Lauderdale 4, Trinity Baptist 2. Trinity comes to bat trailing 4-2 as we start the bottom half of the third. After today's doubleheader, Fort Lauderdale will head to Vieira, Florida to take on two different opponents on Friday, March 10th. West Virginia University Institute of Technology at 2 p.m. on Friday, and then Cornerstone University from Grand Rapids, Michigan at 4:30 on Friday. Those northern teams coming down south to get their season started. Fort Lauderdale is playing its 25th game of the season already. Ohana Brown leads things off 1-for-1 plus a stolen base. And the first pitch. And this one drops a little low for ball one. Wednesday, March 15th, Fort Lauderdale will go to Space Coast, Florida to take on Dallas Christian College and Hannibal LaGrange University. Hannibal LaGrange in the national championship tournament along with Trinity Baptist last year. Swing and a miss. Brown chased a high fastball and the count's even at 1-1. Sunday, March 19th, a doubleheader at home against St. Ambrose University. And the final doubleheader of March at St. Thomas University, an NAIA opponent down in the Miami area. 2 balls and a strike as that one misses low and inside. Trinity Baptist will be home against Oakland City University from Oakland City, Ohio. 11 a.m. this Saturday, a doubleheader, but we will not be streaming that. We'll be on the baseball field. Here's a 2-1 to Brown, and a changeup catches the outer half of the plate. March 23rd is that doubleheader at Lake Sumter State College beginning at 1 p.m. And TBC will finish the month of March right here on the home field against Florida State College at Jacksonville at 3 p.m. on March 30th. We do plan to bring you that one. Swing and a miss. And that is out number 1. That's the first strikeout for Lily Piper. Madison Hamilton at the plate, drew a walk, got to second base in the first. No further, however. Eagles have already left 5 on base. They have scored 2. Lily Piper ready for her first pitch to Hamilton. There's a drive into center field. That's going to be caught. Hard line drive, but just a few steps. That is all that Cheyenne Southers needed to make the catch. 2 outs, center fielder Kylie Duig. She drew a bases-loaded walk, good for an RBI in the first inning. That brought home Cheyenne Simmons. 2 outs, bases empty. And Piper's first pitch misses low and inside. The sun is starting to go down. The lights are starting to take better effect. Nobody having to shade her eyes from that sun anymore. Temperatures have dropped a few degrees, around 70. Here's the 1-0, and a tapper foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good at bat by Duhigg. She fell behind 0-2 and then worked that RBI base on balls. Now 1-1, and she takes one on the outer half. A ball and 2 strikes. Medina on deck, followed by Thrash. In the top of the 4th, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Fort Lauderdale, Brown, Piper, and Southers. A ball and 2 strikes, and a pitch. Misses upstairs. Count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First of 2 here at Trinity Softball Complex. Piper delivers a 2-2. There's a ball, chopper, and into left field. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. That's going to be a base hit. That ball took a funny hop, so that's going to be changed to a single for Kylie Duhigg. So Duhigg gets the 2-out knock, and shortstop Ebony Medina at the plate. So 2 outs, bases, runner at first rather, and Medina at the plate. Pop up to end that first inning. And that one is in the dirt. Rather a ground ball to third. That was a really good, nifty backhanded play by Fort Lauderdale third baseman Sarah Messina. That's what ended that first inning. Duhigg at first, Medina at the plate, and a pitch. And a strike called. Duhigg 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. One ball, one strike. And the pitch. And misses low and inside. Duhigg recognized a little changeup and the ball in the dirt. It's going down as a wild pitch, and Duhigg is at second. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch. This one is chopped foul. Duhigg will be credited with the stolen base. She was going on the pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Medina a chance to drive in the run, cut the deficit in half. And that one is into center field. Knocked down by Piper. And Duhigg had stopped at third, didn't recognize a ball came out of the glove of Southers. And now Lily Piper is hurt. And Coach Glessner is going to come out and take a look at the right hand, the pitching hand of Lily Piper. It is a base hit for Medina. Duhigg stops at third. Very sharply hit one hopper into center field. Piper getting some attention from the coaching staff. We're going to pause right here while they attend to Lily Piper. Lily Piper has come out, hopefully just for precautionary reasons. They're going to ice that right hand. She took that hard one hopper right off the pitching hand. So again, hopefully she will be all right. Meanwhile, freshman Kylie Brooks from Margate, Florida, and a transfer from Campbell University takes over on the mound. Kylie Brooks, 3-8 on the season, an .820 earned run average. 56 innings, 93 hits, 62 runs, 51 of them earned. She has walked 11 and struck out 14. Allie Thrash showing bunt, takes the first pitch. It's called a strike, and Medina steals second base. Back-to-back singles after 2 outs have now given Trinity Baptist a chance to cut the deficit in half or possibly tie the score. Allie Thrash grounded to third her first time up, and the 0-1. There's a looper towards short. That's going to be caught. That one hit right off the end of the bat, right at Katie Atkins, and that ends the inning. 2 hits, but no runs for TBC, and we go to the 4th. It's 4-2 Fort Lauderdale. Piper Young has pitched 3 innings, allowing 4 earned runs on 6 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. She has hit a batter and allowed a home run. Fort Lauderdale leads 4-2 as they start things off here in the top of the 4th. Emily Bryan, Lily Piper, Cheyenne Southers, the scheduled hitters, but Piper came out. We'll see who takes the at-bat. It does look like Kylie Brooks is in the on-deck circle. First pitch grounded towards short. Medina charges, throws to first in time. Nice play by the TBC shortstop. Medina charging in hard and in one motion got off a good throw. And so our first look in the batter's box for Kylie Brooks. 125 OPS, 0 for 7, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Kylie Brooks trying to get on base with 1 out, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Brooks looking for her first hit of the season. Does a lot of pitching, hasn't had many opportunities to swing the bat. And Young delivers the 0-2. This one has popped up. It was headed our way, but it hit the net. And it's 0-2. Jacquez, I'm counting on you. That ball comes our way. You're probably the most athletic one up here. Jacquez Anderson of the men's basketball team working our camera tonight. 1 out, base is empty. No balls, 2 strikes. Young delivers. Strike 3 on the swing, and that's out number 2. It's the 4th strikeout for Young. And it brings up Cheyenne Southers, who singled on a bunt in the 3rd inning and scored on the home run from Dragovich. And it is Dragovich in the on-deck circle. Young wants to get this hitter and save Dragovich for next inning. And she gets a generous call on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Young takes a look, now ready. Bunt shown, but it's popped up. On the ground, Thrash does not have a play. Southers very fast and beats out another bunt. So she is 2 for 2. And Alyssa Dragovich at the plate. She has scored twice, 2 hits, 3 runs driven in, the 2-run homer in the 3rd. Southers at first, 3 for 4 in steals. There she goes. Wells with the throw. It is in time. Morgan Wells cuts down another base runner. That's her 2nd of the night. And so Dragovich will have to wait for the 5th inning to swing the bat. A bunt single, but nothing else, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Eagles of TBC coming to bat, trailing 4-2. Trinity comes to bat in the bottom half of the 4th. Top of the order, Wells, Foster, and Young facing a new pitcher, Kylie Brooks, who came in for Lily Piper, and Brooks got the only batter she faced in the 3rd on a soft line drive to the shortstop. So now it'll be Brooks facing Trinity's top of the order, Wells, Foster, and Young. Wells 1 for 2, a stolen base, and a run scored. And from behind the plate, she has thrown out 2 Fort Lauderdale potential base stealers. And time called before the first pitch. Wells came in hitting .250 and 2 runs driven in. She has scored her 10th run of the season. There's a high drive. That's into left field off the glove of Messina. A base hit for Wells. And Wells finally finding a couple of holes. The way she swings the bat, we've told our TBC fans many times. But she's now 2 for 3. And it brings up Taylor Foster, who is 1 for 1. A sac bunt, a base hit, and a stolen base. Wells, good speed at first. She has stolen 2 bases, make it 3 with 1 tonight. High fastball misses for ball 1. Wells with the stolen base in the first inning. That was a steal of third. Now 3 for 4 on the season. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of room up the middle on the right side of the bag. Foster gets it down the line. That's a fair ball. Wells will round second, head on into third. She's going to try to score. The throw will not be made. Foster on her way to third, and she is safe. Now Foster had stopped at second, so that'll be an RBI double, and she takes third on the throw. Wells had motored all the way around from first, never hesitated. It's 4-3. Again, Foster credit for a double, taking third on the throw. Brings up Piper Young, who is 1 for 2. She's hit the ball hard both times, once caught, once nearly caught, but not. She takes the first pitch for ball 1. Potential tying run is at third base. There's a ground ball, a base hit up the middle. Foster scores. We're tied at 4. So Piper Young drives in the tying run. Runner at first, nobody out, conference on the mound. Give me a chance to correct my own mistakes on my score sheet. The inning started with a base hit into left from Wells. That ball tipped off the glove of Sarah Messina. Foster drove one down the line for a double, went to third as a throw came in and hit the ground, and now scores on the base hit from Young. Cheyenne Simmons at the plate, nobody out, Young at first. Piper Young is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. She's on the move, and that base hit is into right. There could have been a play at first, and the throw will go to third, and the TBC Eagles have runners at the corners. Emily Bryan, had she stayed on the bag, there would have been a play for Holman, who came up looking to throw to first. Young was off on the pitch. She ends up at third. Simmons, a base hit, her second of the night. Runners are at the corners. Nobody out for Ohana Brown. She is 1 for 2. Went down on strikes her last time. And Brown chased one upstairs. Tried to bunt. And nothing in 1. No word on Lily Piper. Trying to see if I can get a glimpse of her in the dugout. Last I saw, she had some ice on that right hand. No balls and a strike. And O'Brien gets the ball down to throw to first. Nobody there. Everybody safe. And I think we have a new second baseman for Fort Lauderdale that we did not notice at first. We weren't given those changes. Well, Young is at third. She held up. Simmons on second, and Ohana Brown gets a base hit on the bunt. And we'll see who the new second baseman is. Nelly Net Fernandez has taken over at second base. She was the flex player. Okay, so everything is the same. So she has been playing second, so good thing that we see that we had it correct the whole time. And now Trinity Baptist, a golden opportunity. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2 runs in. Madison Hamilton at the plate, a walk and a line drive caught in center field. There's a ground ball. That one is going to be into center field, the base hit. 1 run to score. Here's a play. Gets away. Brown around third. She will stop right there. That's a 2-run single for Madison Hamilton, and Trinity Baptist leads 6-4. Ohana Brown goes to third, and Hamilton takes second base on the throw, and Trinity Baptist has scored 4 with nobody out. Five consecutive base hits. 4 runs have scored. And Fort Lauderdale has made a pitching change. It is Lily Piper coming back out. Most importantly, we are glad that Piper is all right. Still wondering about her just a moment ago, but she's back in the circle, and we'll try to stop this rally that Trinity Baptist has put on so far. We'll be back in just a minute. Judging by the velocity that Piper put into her warm-up pitches, she is just fine, but she inherits a tough situation. Second and third, nobody out. Kylie Duhigg at the plate. First pitch, the bunt is down. Brown will score. Everybody is safe. RBI for Kylie Duhigg. That'll be a fielder's choice. No base hit, but Duhigg is at first. Hamilton advances to third. Brown scores. Credit Duhigg with a run batted in. Ebony Medina at the plate. Duhigg has already stolen 1 base tonight. And with a runner at third, let's see what she and Coach Regulacion have in mind. Kennedy Williams, a first base coach for TBC. The throw will be made all the way. I thought for a moment it might be cut off, but it is not in time. Duhigg has her second steal of the night and third of the season. Still nobody out. 5 runs are in. It's 7-4 Trinity, and a chance to tack on some more. 1 ball, no strikes. Piper delivers, and this one misses, and it's 2-0. Allie Thrash on deck, then the top of the order. The first 7 batters have all reached. 5 have crossed. Hamilton's at third. Duhigg is at second. 2 balls, no strikes. And Piper delivers and misses low and outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open. Piper ready, and the pitch. Ball 4 will load up the bases. Bases loaded, nobody out. Allie Thrash at the plate. Ground ball and a soft line drive. Nothing out of 2. Chance to extend a current 3-run lead. Nobody out. Piper delivers and misses low. Looked like she was trying to get Thrash to jump out in front. pulled the string, but that ball dipped a little too soon. 1 ball, no strikes. Allie Thrash, if she can get it by the shortstop, could run a long time. Here's the 1-0, shows bunt, drops it down. The throw to the plate, it's a force out, not in time. Coach Glessner wants to come out. It was a force out, so we're going to make sure of the call. And they're going to call that a foul ball off Thrash. I thought they might be talking about the out safe call at the plate. It goes as a foul ball, and the count is 1-1. Base umpire saying the ball hit off Thrash. So 1 ball, 1 strike, everybody back at her base. And Piper winds and delivers and misses upstairs for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Hamilton at third, Duick at second, Medina at first. Good rip by Thrash. She waited back on the changeup and just missed, driving that ball a long way. It's 2-2. Morgan Wells waits on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes. There's a chopper. Should score a run, and it's bobbled. Hamilton scores. Here comes Duhigg. The throw to the plate is off the mark. Eagles have scored 2. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. Thrash with an RBI. That allowed Hamilton to score. Duhigg comes in on the throw to the plate, so a 2-run error, but only 1 RBI credited. Medina goes first to third on the play, and Thrash takes second. So again, 1 RBI for Allie Thrash. First base is open, nobody out. The Eagles have batted around, and Trinity Baptist leads 9-4. Morgan Wells at the plate. Lily Piper delivers. Wells got out in front of that one and lofted it up. It's going to drop safely. Foul. Ebony Medina was ready to tag. Watching her third base coach like she should. No balls and a strike. Wells a little too eager on that one. Was way out in front. No balls and a strike. And Piper delivers. Wells showed bunt, misses, and now they have Medina caught in a rundown. Throw to the plate, back to third. Medina still in the rundown. They're going to get her, and they're going to get safe at third. Allie Thrash was able to take third. All right, let's see now. We got 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 5 on the putout. Medina is cut down. 1 out. Thrash at third. Wells at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, pulled foul, and out of play. That ball hit off the football concession stand and went back into fair territory. TBC has rallied for 7. Now 1 out with a runner at third. Wells trying to drive in the run to put TBC into double digits. Piper winds and delivers and misses outside. That one slipped out of her hand. Thrash needs to be absolutely sure if that ball gets away. Don't want to get a second out on the base paths. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That is out number 2. Taylor Foster at the plate. She's had a really good night. A sac bunt, a single, and 2 doubles, and a run batted in. 3 for 3, a run scored as well. TBC trying to keep this rally going, but Foster swung on and missed that one by a wide margin. No balls and a strike. Trying to drive in Thrash from third. And the pitch. There's a chopper. Foster gonna hustle, but they're gonna get her at first. And that ends the inning. Eagles, though, score 7 runs, and at the end of 4, lead it 9-4. Big rally by Trinity Baptist. I believe that's their biggest inning of the season. 7 runs. There were 5 hits, an error, and a walk in that inning, and Trinity Baptist leads 9-4, but they have to deal with Alyssa Dragovich, who has singled and scored and hit a 2-run homer. Dragovich, Hogan, and Adkins. Piper Young winds and delivers. There's a looper into right. That's on the ground. And a base hit once again for Alyssa Dragovich. Each time Fort Lauderdale's got the first batter on, that team has scored twice. Little looping line drive into right. Hannah Hogan at the plate. She has struck out and grounded to the pitcher. And a strike call on a good hard fastball, probably the hardest one that Piper Young has thrown so far tonight. 4 innings, 4 runs on 7 hits. She has struck out 4, and she has not walked anyone. Swing and a miss. Wells throws to first, and Wells got lucky. That ball hit the runner and didn't head into right field. All 4 runs earned. TBC has not committed an error. Hannah Hogan came in at 238. Dragovich perfect in 6 steal attempts. There's a line drive caught by Thrash. Steps on the bag. Double play. One ball, no strikes. And that one is in the dirt. Makes it 2-0. Piper Young got the line drive double play. Alley Thrash, shoestring catch, stepped on the bag. Here's a 2-0. And this one misses. That's ball 3. Adkins had the RBI double in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, got to second base, but no further. 3 balls, no strikes. The Fort Lauderdale Eagles trying to cheer on their team from behind, and Young gets this one in the zone for a strike. Three balls and a strike. And ball 4, a 2-out base runner as Adkins draws the walk, the first one allowed tonight by Piper Young. Brings up left fielder Annalisa Mercer, who has popped up twice to the left side. Two outs with a runner at first. High pop up to the right side and out of play. Wells always hustling. Thought she might have a chance at that one, but it got over the net. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third for Fort Lauderdale. For Trinity Baptist, 2 runs in the first and 7 in the fourth. 9-4 TBC leads. They will have 3, 4, and 5 due up in the bottom half of the fifth. And the pitch. There's a ground ball snared by Young. Throw to first, and that retires the side. A leadoff single erased on a double play and a walk, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. Trinity Baptist leads 9-4. Trinity Baptist leads 9-4 as they come to bat in the bottom of the fifth. If they do score 3 times, that would end the ball game. But they're facing a very tough Lily Piper, who came in and ended that rally. She got 3 in a row. Piper Young will lead things off. RBI single her last time up, and this one misses outside. Young is 2 for 3. All 3 balls hit very sharply. First one caught. Second and third one both found grass. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a hard chopper towards short. And another funny hop and a break for Young. That'll be a base hit. She took a huge turn around first and will have to scurry back. And she's in there safely. Piper Young with her 3rd hit of the night. And TBC has the leadoff hitter aboard in the 5th. Cheyenne Simmons has also had a good night. She is 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Young, good speed at first. Simmons followed by Brown, Hamilton, and Dewig should the order go that far. And Piper delivers, and a changeup misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-run rally in the fourth. TBC trying to keep those bats moving. 1 ball, no strikes, and a chopper. The throw will go to second. No, it will not be made. That's a ground out, 6-3, but it does advance Young into scoring position. So a productive at-bat for Simmons. 1 out with Ohana Brown due up next. Adkins wanted to make that play to second, but Fernandez was pulled over toward first and unable to get there in time. Good recovery, however, by Adkins to get the out at first. Hot shot pulled foul. Ohana Brown trying to drive in the run. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up for Fort Lauderdale in the 6th. Messina, Holman, Bryan. Brown has singled, struck out, and singled and scored a run. She's also stolen a base tonight. That one misses just a bit outside. A ball and a strike. 1 out. First base is open. Runner at second. And this one is popped foul into the net. It's 1-2. Piper was hit on the hand. Came out. Fortunately, she's all right. Got the attention she needed. Came back into the game, back in the circle an inning ago. Here's the 1-2. And ball 2 is low and inside. Two balls, 2 strikes. And here's 2-2. That one in the dirt. Runner goes to third. Young is safe. That'll be a wild pitch charged to the pitcher. Good read by Piper Young. And with her speed, it was easy for her to get into third. Mercer hugging the line in left. A lot of room in the gap. Here's a 3-2. That one just off the end of the bat. Brown very fortunate to get a very small piece of that one. She was way out in front of the changeup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Piper trying to get this batter, keep that runner at third. And the pitch. Ball 4 puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Ohana Brown draws the walk. TBC has had a very good eye all up and down the batting order tonight. Madison Hamilton at the plate. I don't think Brown's going to stay there at first base. There she goes, a chopper. The throw will go to first. They get the out. A run scores. Brown trying to go to third, ill-advised, and they get her at third base. That is an RBI for Madison Hamilton as Piper Young scores, and then Brown cut down trying to go 2 bases, and the out recorded as a 3-5. Eagles do get 1, and we go to the 6th. Trinity Baptist leads 10-4. TBC got a run in the 5th, lead 10-4. Sarah Messina, Cheyenne Holman, Emily Bryan due up in the 6th for Fort Lauderdale. Piper Young had a rough start, gave up 2 in the 1st, gave up a 2-run homer in the 3rd. She's been really good since that 2-run homer. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That one misses a little bit inside. Two balls, no strikes. Young has allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And she gets that one right down the middle. Two balls and a strike. And she got underneath that one and lifted it up for ball 3. Fort Lauderdale's gotten the leadoff hitter on 3 of the 5 times and trying to make it 4 out of 6. It's 3-1 and a hot shot, just foul. And the count is full. Messina singled and was caught stealing in the 1st. The base hit drove in a run, and then she singled into left in the 3rd. So 2 for 2 with an RBI. In the upper 60s now, but still beautiful out here on the west side. High fly ball into right. Hamilton over into foul territory, makes the catch. That's out number 1. Hamilton had crossed the line into foul ground about 2 steps and was able to make the play. So 1 out for Cheyenne Holman, who is 0 for 2. Fly ball and a strikeout. Young delivers and misses high. This is the first of a doubleheader. When this game ends, we'll stop the live feed, start up a new one. Usually about a half hour in between games. We'll start a new feed just before game 2 begins. You'll see that red live indicator. Again, approximately half an hour in between ball games. 2 balls, no strikes. I'm Ray Bureau. Thanks for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. And a 2-0. Good fastball right down the middle. We had some video difficulty at the beginning of the game. Everything looks really good now, and hopefully will stay that way. 2 balls and a strike. Strike 2. That one a little closer to the corner, but still had the plate. Let's see if Young looks to the outer half after 2 on the inner half. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. Top of the 6th, 10-4 TBC leads. And the pitch, swing and a miss. That is out number 2, and it brings up Emily Bryan, who has twice grounded to the shortstop. Lily Piper in the on-deck circle. Piper Young delivers, and a good rip, but a foul straight back. No balls and a strike. Two outs, bases empty. Young checks her sign and delivers and misses high with a fastball. Count of 1-1. And that one is upstairs for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Young ready, and the pitch. High pop foul. This one will reach the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young takes a long look and misses high for ball 3. Payoff pitch. 2 outs, bases empty. And Young delivers. Strike 3 called. Piper Young, 2 strikeouts in the inning. 5 overall, make that 6 on the night. Trinity Baptist comes to bat in the bottom of the 6th, leading 10-4. Kylie Duhigg, Ebony Medina, and Allie Thrash are the hitters for Trinity Baptist here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead it 10-4. 2 runs would end the game. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 7th for Fort Lauderdale. Lily Piper started and is now working in relief. Left came back and misses for ball 1. She's still shaking the fingers on that right hand where she got hit with the line drive earlier in the game. 1 ball, no strikes. And ready, and the pitch. There's a chopper that's foul. Good backhanded play. 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and a strike. Duhigg at the plate. And the pitch. There's a chopper towards short. And Duhigg will be safe. That'll be an error on the shortstop. It looks like we have a defensive change. First base and third base appear to have switched positions. They didn't tell us that back here. So Messina now playing first, and Emily Bryan at third. Runner at first, nobody out. Duhigg caught off first, sneak in behind by Fernandez, but Duhigg is back in time. Medina had squared around a bunt, but she pulled back in time to take ball 1. Kylie Duhigg has stolen twice already. She has driven in 2 runs and scored a run. Medina also has a stolen base tonight. Walked her last time up. 1 for 2 officially. Medina drops down the bunt. Has a chance to beat the throw. It is not in time. Very close at first. I had to wait for the umpire. That is a base hit for Ebony Medina. Duhigg at second. Potential game-ending runs on base. Allie Thrash at the plate. Nobody out. Lily Piper winds and delivers. Bunt shown, pulled back in time. Fort Lauderdale had the wheel play on and worked it very well to keep the runners at first and second. Allie Thrash at the plate, drove in a run last time up with a ground ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bunt shown again. Good defense again by Fort Lauderdale. They know how to defend that bunt. Thrash now ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Morgan Wells on deck, followed by Foster and Young. Piper delivers. Thrash takes a strike. She was not showing bunt that time, looking to swing. It's 2-1. Mercer still very close to the line and left. A lot of room in the gap. Both gaps, that is. Here's a 2-1. Thrash shows bunt. Bunts right through it this time, and that's strike 2. That ball dropped down. Thrash a little frustrated with herself. Now with 2 strikes. Let's see if she and Coach Regulacion want to try it again or have Allie swing away. 2-2. Not showing bunt. Swing and a miss. Thrash down on strikes. 1 out. And Morgan Wells at the plate. Wells has had herself a pretty good night. She has scored twice. She is 2 for 4. Plus a stolen base. And hits this first one hard but foul. Lily Piper slowing it down. See if Young moves up a little bit in the box. Wells back in the box, no balls and a strike. Taylor Foster waits on deck. A 1-strike pitch. And Wells fouls this one off, and she's down 0-2. Well, game 2 was scheduled for 7 o'clock. Looks like that's going to be a little bit closer to 7:30, at least at this point. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on, and a pitch. High fly ball into left. That's going to be caught. And that's out number 2. Wells a little bit out in front on all 3 swings. Taylor Foster at the plate. Lily Piper, Cheyenne Southers, Alyssa Dragovich due up for Fort Lauderdale into 7th. Foster has scored a run and driven 1 in. She has a couple of hits. And a pitch. There's a ground ball. It's going to be close at first. In time. That ends the inning. TBC gets the first 2 on but does not score. And we go to the 7th. Trinity Baptist needs 3 outs, leading 10-4. Piper Young will face Lily Piper to start things off in the 7th. Cheyenne Southers, Alyssa Dragovich would follow. If the inning goes beyond that, Hannah Hogan, Katie Adkins would be next. It's a 6-run TBC Eagles lead. Piper Young has been brilliant. That first pitch, though, is grounded into left field. Fort Lauderdale not going down easily. That's a base hit for Lily Piper. Brings up Southers with a runner at first and nobody out. Southers has 2 bunt singles and a run scored. And it looks like we'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Number 16, Riley Kirkless will take over for Lily Piper. Nobody out, runner at first. No indication of who will start game 2 for either team. I'm guessing Lana Fletcher for Trinity Baptist. That's just a speculation, though. 1 ball, no strikes. Young delivers. This bunt is popped up. Wells will make the catch. Thought about throwing to first, but there's 1 out. That's a big first out for Piper Young to get. It brings up Alyssa Dragovich, who has 3 hits. 1 of those a 2-run homer. That went almost perfectly to straightaway center field. Very little wind, if any, blowing. Young delivers and misses low and outside. Hannah Hogan on deck, Katie Adkins in the hole. Fort Lauderdale trying to mount a rally. It's 10-4 Trinity Baptist. We're in the 7th. 1 out with the runner at first, Kirkless. There's a drive into left field, into left center, and that's up against the fence. That'll be a double and the 4th hit of the game for Alyssa Dragovich. Kirkless stops at third, down 6. You don't want to take chances. And if Dragovich gets another angle, couple of degrees, that ball's gone. Hannah Hogan at the plate. She is 0 for 3. Lined into a double play her last time up. Bunt shown, and this one is popped up into the net, so the catch doesn't count. Hogan hit that low line drive to Allie Thrash in the 5th, and Thrash turned that into a double play. 1 strike, and a foul ball will make it 2 strikes. That ball on top of the batting cage. Eagles defense just needs to get an out with a 6-run lead. Don't try to do too much. Corner infielders in tight. 2 strikes on the batter. Young delivers, and this one is popped up. Simmons couldn't quite get there. Wasn't all that high. No chance for Simmons. Count remains 0-2. Hogan trying to drive in 1, maybe 2. 2 strikes. This one tapped foul off the foot of the batter. And it count remains 0-2. Little cool, not too bad, but other than that, a gorgeous Thursday night. No balls, 2 strikes. Corner infielder still in very tight. High pop-up. Wells giving chase. She will make. Piper Young covering home just in case. And there are 2 outs. A leadoff single, then a couple of pop-ups. A double in between the pop-ups. 2 outs. Katie Adkins at the plate. Walked her last time up. She's also been hit by a pitch and tripled in a run. That RBI triple came in the first. She then scored later in the inning. Piper Young gave up 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and nothing since then. No balls and a strike. And that one misses low and outside. With 2 outs, infield plays back. Just need to knock it down and get somebody out somewhere. Not sure where that one missed. Maybe a little bit inside. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Thrash creeping in at first now, and ball 3. First base is open. Cleanup hitter, however, is on deck. 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4 will load the bases. Kirkless, the courtesy runner for Piper, is at third. Dragovich is at second. Adkins now at first. There are 2 outs. Force out anywhere. Annalisa Mercer at the plate. She is 0 for 3. Couple more base runners, and Fort Lauderdale brings the tying run to the plate. 10-4, TBC leads. 2 outs in the 7th. A lot of room on the ground up the middle. That ball goes up the middle. Step on the bag. Final score, Trinity Baptist College 10. University of Fort Lauderdale 4. Piper Young, the complete game. She is now 2-1 on the season, and the Eagles are 3-15. Kylie Brooks will take the loss in relief. She is now 3-9, and Fort Lauderdale is 6-19. Piper Young, a complete game, 4 runs. She allows 10 hits. Struck out 6, walked just 1. The 2-run homer from Alyssa Dragovich in the 4th gave Fort Lauderdale a 4-2 lead, but then Trinity Baptist in the bottom half of the 4th scored 7 times, added 1 more in the 5th, and ends up with the 10-4 win. We're going to stop this feed right now. We'll start up a new one just before Game 2 begins. I'm Ray Bureau. You're watching TBC Eagles Softball on